Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. Today we are here for another Friday night pen thoughts, and I'll be using the same Muji notebook. Let me just adjust something here on my table just to be able to frame this. And let's go. I have quite a big planning for today's video, but I expect it won't be too long. But let's start. So, first let me write the title, and this is Friday Night Pen Thoughts number 3. And today is changing the pen, and I will say it in Portuguese. Lisboa, 26 de março de 2021. And so, you saw that I'm writing with new pens, and let's go to that right away. So, as usually, I'm going to talk to you about the pens that I received during this week, since last Friday night pen thoughts. And I received 5 pens, and let me show them to you. You may have seen the unboxing videos, but this is an informal talk. I got these and these. I bought both from Fonto Plumo. I will leave links below if you want to buy any of the things that I show you today, if I have the time to edit it until I publish the video, because it's now 6 p.m. of this Friday. So we have here the pens, the Lamy special editions of the Safari for 2021. And the colors are the Lamy Safari Original Terra Red and the Lamy Safari Original Savannah Green. And they are called original because they follow the same color scheme that was present on the first editions of Lamy Safari pens in the 1980s. So this is quite nice. They brought it back, and so it's quite interesting. If I can go out easily, if I have the time, I may try to buy don't know if it is a pencil or a ballpoint pen that is still available in a store here in Lisbon, or at least it was before COVID, and if it's still working, that stationery store, maybe it's not, I don't know. I may buy the pencil if it's still at a normal price, just to compare the color with this one, because I think it may be fun. So I received these 2 pens this week. I also received another pen from eBay, and this was the unboxing of yesterday, and it is this pen. This pen is fun. That's most I can say about it. I had some comments. I did not reply to them yet. I may try to reply to them until the video is posted. And this is an interesting Tombow Zoom. One of the comments said it looks like a pen from a cartoon, and it should have Acme written there. I think it makes sense in a way. This is a fun pen from Japan, from a Japanese brand. And I have a comment also saying that the pen, someone that had this pen and it was no good, and they threw the pen away. Actually, I don't think it is that bad. But it's not the best writing experience. But let me just write with it. This is the Tombow. Sometimes it has hard starts, as far as I could see. I cleaned it and it has the Kaweco pearl black inside. So this is Tombow Zoom 828, I think that's the name. Let me check my notes. Yes, FP from fountain pen. So it's a nice writer, a decent pen, not amazing, quite dry, and it is small. When you do this, it becomes larger size, at a larger size, but when you uncap, it's more strange. But I think I can easily adapt myself to different pen grips, and to this pen, I think it makes sense to have it posted and then hold it as a regular pen, or just having it like this, fitting the back of the barrel there and holding the pen here like this. You see that first hard start, and it works. This is quite a stiff nib. You will not have lots of line variation, but it is interesting, and I think this is quite comfortable to write this way. It is the first pen that I use this way. The last pens that I received, and there was problems with videos, so there is no unboxing video, but I can show you the pen even if I don't have the footage. I have here two pens that I received from two different sources. This is a new Leonardo pen. And this one is called, let me check the name because it is very big. It is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande Pura. And this collection is called Pura. And the color is Grigio Antracite. I hope I said it well, or at least not that bad. So it means it is anthracite grey. And the Pura collection is a collection that is made of three different pens. A grey one, this, an orange, and a blue one. They are all like this frosted transparent. You can see the nib going in, so it's not transparent, but it is translucent in a frosted way. So it is nice, I would say. And it's a very interesting pen. It is available in three. It is the same size of Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande, a regular one. And it has some small differences, such as the clip. And it is available in three trims: black, gold, and silver or chrome. And I bought this black one from Apple Boom, and so I used some money that I had from these videos, and I bought this pen from Apple Boom. But I also was talking with Salvatore from Leonardo, and they sent me. This one was bought. This one was for free. I got this one from sorry, I'm missing the name. I got this one from Leonardo, and this one is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande Pura, and it is called Arancio Fiammante. And as far as I understand, it means flaming orange. It is a nice pen. It is transparent. It has a black nib, and this nib is a Jowo nib. And I was afraid about Jowo nibs because I like Bock nibs. But I think it works quite well. It is a piston filler. It has the name of the brand engraved and the serial number, and it looks awesome, I would say. And you can see the insides, and if there is also some little fault you can see them, but I don't find them, so I'm quite happy. And these are really nice pens. I think I'm very happy with these. So Leonardo Officina. The next step of this video was saying which pens am I using for this video, and the pens that I'm using are these ones, the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande Pura, and this is the Arancio Fiammante, and inside it has some Leonardo ink. And the other one is this. I bought this one with the black trim, and then Salvatore asked me which one that I wanted, and I wanted this also with the same trim, with the same fine nib. But that's me, that's the stuff I love. And I think this is a great Halloween pen with black trim and pumpkin orange color. So, and this one is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande Pura, and the color is Grigio Antracite. So these are two nice pens, and I'm quite curious to review them. I'm using them today for the first time, and so far I'm quite happy. I was taking some notes for this video and for some other videos that I'm planning, and I've been using these pens today, and I'm quite happy with them. So thank you, Salvatore, for sending me this one, and it was nice also to be able to buy this one from Appleboom with some YouTube money. Now, this week was quite productive in terms of stuff that I received, and I received not only these pens. This one is inked, as I showed you with the Kaweco. These two are not yet inked. They have the famous cardboard ring there, and these two are inked. So 5 pens and 6 inks. So it was quite interesting, and let me show you the inks that I got. One was this one that I got from Fonto Plumo when I bought the Lamy, and it is a special edition for their store. It is a KWZ ink, and it is the Oscar, and Oscar is the dog that is the owners of Fonto Plumo dog. So nice to see this special edition. It is a brown ink. I didn't try it yet. I'm having a problem with inked pens. I don't want to ink any more pens, but only today 3 new pens inked, so it will be hard. I also have, I forgot to put here, let me get it. So I also have this one, I forgot to put it here on the table. This one that I bought from Fonto Plumo, and it is the Diamine Salamander, which is a kind of I think it's that kind of green that I like. I didn't use it yet, and I think I will put it inside the Lamy Safari, this green one. I also received from Leonardo with the pen, I received this one. Actually, this one came with the box from Leonardo, the other one came with the box from Appleboom. This one came with the grey one. This is a new ink from Leonardo, and it is called Taurasi Vino. I also got the Arancio Tarocco, which is the same color that is here, and I think it is a good match for this pen. And also some extras like This one that I'm very curious to use, it is a brown ink, and it's called, this is how the box comes. When we open this, you have a ink bottle like that. It is a Noche Moscata brown, so nutmeg brown. And finally, this Smeraldo stone, and this Smeraldo stone is that color that is inside the orange Leonardo. So, these are the inks and pens that I received this month. Now, I want to give you an update about that Wearever flat top pen that I showed you last video. I think you remember it. It is this pen I showed you, and I inked it here, and you saw that. And I was very happy because you could get some line variation and the pen worked, and I was happy. I used the Parker Quink washable blue, but now it is empty. And it is empty because the pen is not good. The nib is in a very, very bad shape. You see, there is a dent there on the nib, and it's almost cracked. And that is a very weak spot of that nib. If I press it, and I don't need to press it hard, just the regular strength to write, this time will bend there on that weak spot and will get up and will not go down again. So there is no springiness on that tine, and I feel that tine is about to break, which is kind of unfortunate because I was enjoying this pen. I may find another vintage nib for that. I'm not sure, or maybe someone will be interested in getting this pen just for collecting purposes, and I may sell it as it is, like with the original parts. I'm not sure, but this pen is not usable because the nib is a little bit destroyed. So my friend Luis had all the trouble in polishing the nib, but the problem was not the polishing, the problem was how degraded that nib was because of time and maybe some misuse. Since I got the pen, it had that nick there, and so maybe that was a weak spot all along since I had the pen. I just didn't notice yet because it was not in a usable condition. I even thought about making something strange, which was putting this nib putting this nib on the pen, and this is a Parker Dufold International nib that I have. It is a spare one. It is a beautiful nib, as you may see. This one has no problems with the tines, all aligned, all is well, but they just don't fit here, or the nib doesn't fit, because if I remove the old nib, it still has some corrosion there, and if I try to put the dual-fold nib on this pen, this is slightly large and it does not stick in place, and even if it does here, it is way too much inside, and even the feed slides in and goes inside the pen. So this is not usable. I will need to find another nib, or, as I told you, just get rid of the pen to someone that wants the pen as it is, because maybe someone has a proper nib for the pen, or maybe someone is interested in keeping the pen in this original condition just for collecting purposes and not for using. Now, last week I made let me get the pens because they are so nice. There is something I like a lot about these pens, which is the feel of it. It's quite hard to describe what I feel when I hold the pens. There is already some ink there. I think I touched the nib, the inside of the cap. I need to clean it, because in these transparent pens all of this is visible. But as I was telling you, the feel of this pen is very, very, very nice. You know, when you have those old glass bottles that had the inside of the opening with frosted glass, this pen feels to the touch like that frosted glass. Actually, it feels like a mix of frosted glass and the texture of the Visconti Homo sapiens. So the lava version. So it is very interesting. This pen is really unique and very nice. But what I was telling you about was last week I made the giveaway, and in the weekend I chose randomly the winner. And on that giveaway, I also asked a question, because I made a little survey that I thought it would be interesting about people preferring pens with breather holes on the nib, with no breather hole, or no preference about one or the other. And what I found was interesting. I didn't think that would be the answer, but it makes sense some way. I got 121 replies, so not bad. And people that had no preference were 14% of the total. People wanting no breather, sorry, I missed that. People that wanted no breather hole was 14%, with no preference, and this was the most surprising result, 42%, and people preferring the breather hole, 44%. I expected that, and I thought there would be like a division. The big fight would be against the people that like pens with breather holes on the nibs like these, against people that like pens with no breather holes. But actually it's not. Most people like breather hole, and many of them say they like that for, especially if they have strange shapes. And most of people just say, if it writes well, I don't care. And I think that is kind of the right answer, because the breather hole is not there for anything special. Sometimes people think the breather holes are there for ink flow or such. The real, as far as I can tell from my research on this, is that the breather hole is there just to give a point where the stress of cutting the nib slit, that's a point where it relieves that stress when you press the paper, so the crack or the slit doesn't crack until the end of the nib, and on that spot, on that hole, it stops cracking. So it makes sense. It's like a functional thing for keeping the nib useful. Otherwise, it could crack all the way. However, there are pens that don't have this feature and work well. I don't think I have any of those here around. Let me check. Yes, I have one. You have pens like this that have a simple nib and there is no crack, and they write well and they have good ink flow. So it's not really needed for the ink flow and they really work. So I think the correct answer is no preference, it's whatever it is. But some people say it looks more classic if they have the breather hole, and they are more attractive if the breather hole has a different shape, like there are different shapes like a crescent shape or a keyhole or something like that. Still talking about the giveaway, I'm planning to make another giveaway when I reach the 3,500 subscribers. So I think it would be a nice place. It's not that far away, I think. Now, pens that I will receive someday soon. I would guess the next pen that I will receive, or maybe not the next, but it's one that I already bought and it will come. It is a pen from Gravitas. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Gravitas is a brand from a guy that is called Ben Walsh. I think it's like this, his name. And he makes pens of metal, and he makes very nice pens. There is a video this week from Gourmet Pens where she shows two pens that she got from him. I saw one of these pens. It is a Gravitas skull, which has skulls in the design. I like the pen, so I bought one. I will soon show it to you. I will try to leave a link below as usual. Now, and we are almost reaching the end of this video. I don't want to make it too long. I just want to make like a kind of strange pen of the day, or uncommon pen of today. It's something that I will try to bring into these videos, and that uncommon pen of the day is this one. It is a pen that I don't know much about. I would like to know, and I think it is interesting. Is it beautiful? I don't think so, but it's interesting. It's this little thing. And this is the Ta Tung. It is a Chinese pen. It says they are made in China. It is the Ta Tung 361. And it is an interesting pen. It is very small. It looks like a toy. It has these very weak metal. It looks a weak metal, but it is quite strong clip. And it has these white endings both to the cap and to the barrel. And the pen is very small. And you can screw the pen into the back. And so it posts and becomes a pen that you can actually write with. It's not that bad. Just the section is very thin. If you have the pen in this size, it's like this. It's very hard to hold. Even if you try that kind of grip that I made with the Tombow, it's very hard. But when posted, it becomes a full size. So at least a decent sized pen. It is interesting. It has that nice breather hole. It has a logo, which I think it is Ta Tung logo. And it is a kind of aerometric filling pen. You feel like this and you're ready to write. It's very small and the nib doesn't look springy. I never used any of these. My collection with these pens started, let's not call it a collection, but my interest with these pens started because I received this one that someone found in the street one day, fallen on the floor, and kept it in a drawer for a long time. I think there is the rest of the sack inside of this barrel. I'll need to replace it. And he found that on a drawer he found it on the floor, then he kept it in the drawer for some years, and once decided to give it to me. So I had this one, and later I found other two on the flea market and I bought them just because they are fun. I tried to find these on eBay several times just for fun to see which other colors are around, and I cannot find any more. So maybe they are really hard and rare to find. So, but if you want to check them, they are called Ta Tung 361. I have to say that these nibs, I was afraid because they are Yovo nibs, they wouldn't be as nice as the Bock nibs, but these nibs are amazing, and they even have that kind of feedback that is provided by the black finish, a little line variation. I like these pens a lot. I'm very happy with these purchase. Now, about next videos. I'm thinking about making the next video tomorrow, because Saturday is always a good day to... The weekend is a good day to publish videos, and I was thinking about the versus video, but I didn't have the time to do it fully, so I will not post a versus video. I think I will go for a video of a pen that I don't have here, which is the Kaweco Sport in brass, so Kaweco Brass Sport, which is a pen that is very popular. People like it a lot. I made once the review of the pencil, the SketchUp pencil, of the Kaweco Sport SketchUp pencil. It's not Kaweco Sport, sorry, it is the SketchUp pencil in brass. It is a very nice very nice pencil that I like a lot, and it is, surprisingly, it is the most popular video on my channel, is the review of that pencil. So I thought I should make that review of the pen. I think it is a good match. It's not intended to be a match, but I didn't have that video made yet, and I think it was time to do it, because that was one of those reviews that I made only for the blog, and I never made a video on that. So I have the pen for a long time. It has lots of patina. I will show it on that video. It's not here with me right now. And so that is the next video, the Kaweco Brass Sport. Now, during next week, I'm planning of publishing 1 or 2 reviews, and I have some options for you here, and I would like you to answer me if it would be a help, like you did in the last of these videos. I will leave the link below with the options in the description, not the link, but the options on the video description. And I have 3 pens that I may review this week. One is the Parker 51 Special Navy Gray. This is a pen that I recorded the review, but I don't have the pen anymore because I sold it to someone that wanted that pen specifically. So I sold this pen. I don't have it to show it to you, but I made the review just before sending it to a new home. I also have the Kaweco Perkeo Light Spring. I know there is a lot of Parker 51 videos recently, but this one is the special, which is the one with the steel nib of the older Parker 51, so it has some differences. If you want to see it, I think it may be interesting. The Kaweco Perkeo Light Spring, it is this one with very light yellow color and white and gray skin. It is also recorded now, so this pen is empty and it is available for you to choose that review, or even the I changed the color, I don't know why. The Pelikan Signum P520. and I'm putting this in a different color, not to make you choose this this pen. I just pick that pen of the two that I have here, and it is this pen. It's a quite slim pen with a small nib, and I would say that this pen is almost comparable in terms of general shape with Lamy CP1. So maybe that is a comparison that I may be able to do later. This pen is already with no ink inside, and this is a review that I have made, so it's ready to publish. I just need to make the thumbnail. So it is an interesting pen from Germany, a Pelikan that has the logo there instead of the top of the pen. It is on the side. So it is an interesting one. This one is also an interesting school pen, and the Parker 51 Special is also interesting, but you have to please vote and tell me what you want to see. Now finally, let's go for the last topic of the video, and it is all about handwriting. You already saw my handwriting lots of times. It's like this. It's a little bit messy. These are my planning for the video, and this is what I've been writing here. And sometimes I think, how does our handwriting change? And I think it changes according to the pen we use, to the ink we use, to the age we have, or the age we are at when we write stuff. So I think it would be interesting, and I would like to know your answers. What do you think about how your handwriting change? What you think about it? Are you more happy with that? It's kind now of a calligraphic writing, or it's just a mess like this? I decided to illustrate this by showing some writings. Please don't look at what's written here. It's not that's important. What I'm showing is the handwriting. This is something I made many years ago, and if we go here we can see that it is from September the 1st of 1996, so many years ago. And this was written with a inox chrome pen and Parker Quink Green ink. And you have this handwriting, which is kind of irregular and very, very small, which is interesting. But then we go forward some time, and I don't think it's much time. Let me check if I have a date here. Sorry, no, it's October. It's 1 month later. But this one was written with a ballpoint. And you can see that this handwriting is much different from this one. Much bigger and leaning towards the right, so it's fun. And if we go even for a slightly later writing, and this was made with a Crest pen from Japan with Parker Quink Black. I have here a bigger line, a bigger letter, because I think the pen was also thicker, the nib. So this is not leaning towards the right anymore, but it is a bigger handwriting, and sometimes quite irregular, and I can deal with the lines, but when I don't have lines I'll go down a little bit on. And finally I have another handwriting sample here that I wrote some time ago, also with this one with a Parker 51, that Parker 51 that belonged to my grandfather. So this is later, maybe 2002 or 3, something like that. And you can see that the handwriting is different again. And let me check with the oldest one that I have here, which is that green. You can see it's very, very different. This one is more legible. This one is very crazy, very hard to read. So I'm quite interested in knowing what you think about your handwriting and how it is evolving through the times. Is it getting better, or was when you were in school that your handwriting was the best ever? Mine was never good, but when I was in school it was really, really bad. So this is what I had to show you today. So I have to, let me use both pens, thank you for watching. I love these little pens. I will leave the links below. These are beautiful, the beautiful Leonardo, and this is also something that I will try to discuss someday, is the way some brands are going. And if you ask me about some of the brands that I can foresee that will be very successful in the near future, I think this is one of those. The Leonardo has a lot of potential. Not only Leonardo, I can think also of Pelikan, Lamy, Kaweco and Sailor at least, but Leonardo, I think they found a great niche for their fountain pens. So this is all I had to show you today. I hope you have a very nice weekend, and we will see you again tomorrow in the next video, but I will try to have another similar video, another Friday night pen thoughts next Friday. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.